Rob Zombie's newest film, The Munsters, is finally here, so let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more up and coming content. Lily is a typical 150-year-old lovelorn vampire who's looking for the man of her nightmares until she lays eyes on Herman, a 7-foot-tall green experiment with a heart of gold. It's love at first shock as these two ghouls fall fangs over feet for each other in a Transylvania romance. I wanted to give a quick thanks to Universal for sending over the Blu-ray for me to review. Stick around to the end of this video and we'll talk about everything on this Blu-ray and how it looks. So this is from Rob Zombie, the man behind 31, The Devil Rejects, both of the Halloween films that he did, just a bunch of bloody films. And it was so odd for me to sit down and watch a Rob Zombie film with my daughter who is 4 years old. This is based on the popular TV show The Munsters, and it serves as sort of a prequel to that show, an origin of these characters. As we have Sheri Moon Zombie as Lily, Jeff Daniel Phillips as Herman Munster, and Daniel Roebuck as the Count. I have seen a handful of episodes from the Munsters TV show. Watching this film and a few of the episodes, I do see some similarities between both. I have been following Rob Zombie's journey with this film for quite some time, and I feel his dedication. I feel the love going into this movie. It's not the best thing I've ever seen. Quite honestly, it's boring as can be. But I do feel that love and dedication that Rob Zombie had, sharing set photos, sharing the cast and the costumes, and how giddy he is with this film. He spent so many hours creating this film. It looks pretty good. I was invested in the costume designs and the set designs and the production going into it. Like I said, it's just boring. I think this film could have used a laugh track. It had a laugh track with the original series. The film just feels too quiet. As we explore Lily and Herman's relationship and the love they have for each other, it's just so quiet. There is no score going over it. There is no laugh track. There is just nothing to amp these scenes. There's nothing to make it feel exciting. So we're just watching these characters move about and fall in love, and it's just dreadful. I think it really could have used a laugh track to just kind of give it an excitement level to it, because it has the right intention behind it. It has the right elements. It's just not there. The acting is pretty good from Sheri Moon Zombie and Jeff Daniel Phillips. I think they really honed in on the performances of these two characters, Lily and Herman. I think that, it's a little bit off at times. It's not like perfect, but I think that they had really great chemistry and they handled the mannerisms of each character very well. And even some of the jokes and the style of this movie felt like it did match that TV series. The structure of this film is very odd. It feels like a TV series at times, with how much dedication to certain scenes there are, and it feels like a pilot to a show but has the length of a film. And so it's just really odd. I think it really could benefit from a sequel with the children, but this movie, it feels like a TV show with some of the transitions, some of the effects that they use in here. It feels like it would be a pilot for a new show that was created possibly by Rob Zombie. It has all of the looks of a Rob Zombie film, the certain angles and the color behind it. And seeing the series in black and white, it is odd to see it in color, but just how quiet it is and the transitions and some of the graphics they use, it feels like a TV series. They had the introduction to each character that took up a good 30 minutes of the film before they even met, establishing who's the Count and Lily and Herman and his creation. I think it would have played better as a show rather than a feature-length film. With how slow this film feels and the score and how quiet it is, it's really hard to get invested in this film. I found myself so many times doing other things, chores even, as I was watching this film. It's just that boring to watch. At times it does get very colorful and a little zany, and I think it does match that original series. And I do think that there is some good romance between these two characters, but it's just stuff I don't care about. Just how they came about with this movie and how it is presented. All of it is dreadful. It is a chore to get through. It's easily one of Rob Zombie's worst films. And he's had some odd films throughout his career. And he has a very certain style to his films. And so this just feels very odd. It is a passion project of his, and he is a fan of the series. And I do feel that love and dedication to it. And I do think that you may be a huge fan of the series and may find some similarities and you may enjoy it. But as someone who's not truly invested in the Munsters show, there was a lot in here that I just could not get into. It's boring. It's quiet as can be. Its pacing is all over the place. Too much time focused on individual characters rather than building up its romance. It serves as a prequel. I think it really could have used a laugh track. I think it would have been a completely different film if it was possibly in black and white and had a laugh track. I think it really could have set the tone for Rob Zombie and his love for the show and trying to recreate something from that original series. I think the best thing about it was Jeff Daniel Phillips as Herman Munster. He had some funny performances throughout, and he brought in like the mannerisms of Herman Munster. He just seemed like I had a really good time with it. And Sherry Moon Zombie, I think she's a fine actress. Rob Zombie just casts her in every single film he does. I think she did a decent job with this role. Handling the mannerisms of Lily, I think that was pretty good. But overall, it's just a sluggish film with a bad pacing to it, and a film that I just could not wait for it to be over. So I'm going to go ahead and give The Munsters a D+. Now on to my review of this Blu-ray, and despite how I feel about this movie, looks pretty good on Blu-ray. It handles a lot of the colorful moments very well. Some of the darker scenes look great on here. And seeing like the face paint of the characters, it all looks very nice. The bonus features on here include The Munsters Return to Mockingbird Lane. From the mind of Rob Zombie, this hour-long look behind the scenes of The Munsters gives an intimate window into his filmmaking process. Watch as he weaves his way through the production and collaborates with a dedicated team to bring his unique vision to life. It also features a commentary with the writer, director, and producer Rob Zombie. I watched a little bit of this exclusive content, and like I said, I was admiring his dedication to it. Watching all of the set photos on social media as he was making this film, watching this exclusive content, you really do feel that love for this film. Despite how some may feel about it, you may think that this is an amazing film, or you may think it's a bad film. I do admire his dedication and watching him create the designs for everything and bring in this passion project to life. So I do think that this film is bad. I do think that the Blu-ray is decent. It's got some great looks to it. Not much on the audio side of it, because I do think that the film is very quiet, but I do think that the dialogue and everything within it is presented nicely. Unfortunately, for being a collector's edition, as it says, it lacks the bonus features to make it feel like it's jam-packed with things that you need to run out and buy. It is on Netflix, so I would recommend streaming it on Netflix first before going out and buying this film. So thank you guys for checking my review for The Munsters. Have you guys seen it yet? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.